two big defensemen were your first two picks?
Honestly, the only emphasis was on trying to do our homework, make sure we knew all these kids well, and pick the best possible prospects we could. As far as position or whatever, it just kind of plays out like how it plays out from pick to pick.
Are you excited about the upside on a lot of these kids? I mean, if they hit, it seems like you could really have some pretty high-end kids there.
Yeah, well, if you ask everyone that, we feel the same way. We're all drafting kids that we hope have a lot of upside. Generally, I guess I could say I'm pleased with how it played out. Where once you get into the later rounds, it's a little bit of a guessing game as far as who might be there. But certainly, when we were picking, we felt good about every, with each pick that we had. That was a player that we knew well, that we had interest in picking in that spot. So, all things considered, it worked out okay, and keep our fingers crossed from here.
The guy you drafted in the third round, Swedish forward Alvin Greve.
Greve, yeah.
Yeah, Greve. I talked to him at the combine. He talked a lot about how he likes to, admires Brad Marchand and such. I know the whole T-Rex with his coach. How much were you able to watch him, and do you like that? He seems like he wants to be a pest and just a...
Yeah, I don't... I've watched him several games this year. I don't really consider him a pest. He's very competitive. He's aggressive. He gets in there, and he gets pushed. He pushes back. But we like this combination of competitiveness and skill, and he's a strong skater. So, so yeah, I like the player. He competes hard, and he's got some skill, and he can skate.
Did having a little more time through the course of the year this year let you see maybe more of these guys than you would have?
Yeah, watch a lot more hockey. When you're the general manager, you're busy doing a lot of things that not necessarily watching games. In the role I was in, kind of what I did was just watch games.
How does that change the experience at the draft table, where you may be a little more hands-on with how
that could be a good thing. It could not be a good thing. Hopefully, it's a good thing.
Was there any of those? I mean, I hate to single out a kid or two, but was there anybody along the line there that you're kind of excited about after having watched them play this season? Did you watch that Master Simone kid?
Oh yeah. He's really a skilled, competitive. He's got great hands, great skill, great hockey sense. So, he's got to fill out. He's got to get stronger, and then getting stronger will improve his skating. But as far as really good hockey sense, really competitive young guy, and really good hands, he's exciting.
With Seider, so is your philosophy he'll be at training camp and then see he can
go from there.
Yeah,
we'll go from there. Let's bring him in. Let's go to development camp. We got through the weekend. Let's get him to Detroit. Go to development camp. Make sure he has a good summer, and then have him come into training camp and decide from how it. Just let it play out, and it'll all sort itself out.
I think with fans, it's hard for them to be patient. Is it hard as a GM? I mean, because that's what it takes now for most of the players. I think last year only the top 4 guys drafted played for this team.
It's the danger is, we all want our young guy, our draft picks playing as soon as possible. Helps justify the picks a little bit, but ultimately, you really have to make sure you're doing what's right for these kids. They're playing at a level that they can be competitive and improve and excel at. So I'd stress they're 18 years old. Very few 18-year-olds play in the NHL today. So our plan is, again, try to draft them. We've got, we pick up 11 kids this year. They have 10 last year or so. Got a bunch of picks next year. We'll continue. Now we'll try to do a good job drafting them. Now that they're in the fold, try and set them up as best we can, educate them and provide them the resources to be really, to develop. And then we'll see. And if it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, some of these kids will be 5 years. And it doesn't mean they're not going to be good players, but it's going to take 5 years for some of them.
So the big Swedish kid, the Soderblom kid, I mean, the trend right now is all these smaller, quicker, speedier kids, 6'6" center like that. I mean, have you seen him play at all? Yeah,
I watched him at the U18s. He's big. He's got some good hockey sense, and he had pretty good hands around the net. He's a pretty good player. And watching him over there, I thought, he's probably going to go somewhere in the 4th round or later. There's something there. He's a big kid, that he has some hands. We didn't draft him just because he's big. There's got to be more to it than that. But you just try and find the best possible prospects you can. Whether some are big, some are small. So. But certainly with the mix, Master Simone, Phillips aren't big boys. You see him sitting there. It's I'm interested to see how he does, because he showed some things in Sweden.
How much can it help guys like Master Simone and Phillips to go to a top program like VU and try to develop there?
Well, I think it's great. They have a great facility, great school, good facility, competitive program, and they can go there for there's no rush. 4 years they can go and play hockey, get an education, train properly, eat properly, and it's a great situation. We're happy for them to go there.
Just about on development camp next week. What do you guys like to get out of that?
One, get to know the kids a little bit, and then try to set them up, educate them if they need it. They all have varying experience as far as training and eating properly, and just so they're all at different stages from different countries, different backgrounds. So we want to kind of educate them on what they need to be doing on the ice and off the ice this summer. To for the ones that we do get to bring back in September, make sure they have a really good summer, and the ones that we don't get back that are in college or have to play in Europe or whatnot, make sure that try and make sure they understand what they need to do, the lifestyle, the dedication, the work ethic, the training to get to the NHL. So it's a good week, and our camp will be more about education and development than conditioning. Education, instruction, than actual conditioning.
Both Moritz and Ethan Phillips said they had very good combine interviews. You keep saying it's just 20 minutes, but it seems players walk away from them feeling a connection. What's your secret?
Sorry, who were the two that you had said?
Sider and Ethan Phillips.
Yeah, we just try to talk. I don't know how to conduct an interview, honestly. I just talk to the kids, pick their brain, ask about their background, get them talking, get a feel for, do they know about hockey? Just try to, it's a first impression, that's all. And, our scouts throughout the course of the year are doing their work, meeting with the kids, sitting down much longer period of time, meeting with their coaches, their teammates, their billets and all that stuff to get more information. So every team kind of has a different philosophy or style on how they conduct those interviews. Kind of played around with different things, lighthearted, serious, throw the unexpected at them a little bit.
So you don't sit at home and watch old tapes of Barbara Walters and Larry King?
No.
Definitely not Charlie Rose. Last week you said that different years in the draft, like this year, the development program, USHL, had a bunch of forwards. This is the first time in the NHL draft history the Red Wings did not draft one player from the CHL. Is that just the way it sort of fell this year?
Yeah, because certainly with our players we were looking at with 6 overall, there was a couple of them right there that we would have had to make a decision on had they have been there, and they got picked ahead of us. Again, with our second round, both of our second round, what do we have, 3 of them? There's CHL kids there. They just didn't fall into place. They were either just gone before or they were right behind. So it's just the way it falls out.
Can I ask you about Antti Tuomisto?
Yes.
What led to your decision to pick him?
Well, we think he's a good prospect. He's a big kid, good shot. I think he's a smart player. Moves well for a big guy, and he plays hard. So a lot of aspects of his game. We think, he's young, obviously, so he fills out and gets stronger. It's going to make him more powerful. But one, we just like the way he thinks the game, and we like his tools, we like his size. Somewhat like Sider, they're different players, but big right shot D that move pretty well, that can pass the puck and defend reasonably well.
What do you expect from him, in the next little while?
We're just, I think he's planning on going to college. I'm not sure if that's this year or next year, but we'll, help him develop any way we can. Just let him play and try and, he's young. If you've met him, you know him. He's 18. He's built like an 18-year-old. He's got a big frame. He needs to get in the gym and train and get stronger over the next few years. That goes for all of them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The free agency window opens tomorrow. You guys going to be making a lot of phone calls?
I make a lot of phone calls. Yeah.
Anything changed from last week, Steve? I mean, how you guys expect to be pretty active, or just wait and see? Depends what the situation is going to be like.
I'm gonna make some calls and see. There's players we're interested in, and see. Kind of you get a feel for one, if they have any interest in coming to Detroit, and then what the parameters of those, what they're looking for, basically get a feel for that. So.
Do you have an update on Nicholas Cornwell?
Not for you. Not for the media. I don't. I have an update, but I'm not sharing it with you. No, Nick's going to take the summer, like I said, I think before with you. We talked. He's going to take the summer. I'm going to plan. We're going to go about our business. Nothing really changes as far as, if Nick wants to come back and play, he'll have a spot on the team. So I don't anticipate giving you really anything until the end of the summer.
Steve, with Seider, I'm just kind of curious, what options do you have with him? I mean, is he eligible to play in the AHL if that were to happen? I mean,
Yeah, my understanding is he has an out to play in North America. That would include the American League, and his rights are owned by Owen Sound.
even though he isn't 20 years old, right? He can still play in the AHL, is that?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Steve, they just came out with a cap number 81.5 million for next season. Does that surprise you? And that's kind of where we were. Everybody was kind of speculating. What do you think that means? That
Doesn't really affect us. I would say probably 3 months ago I was anticipating 83-ish, understanding that things do change. It's, what did you say, 81 and a half? Yeah, not really going to impact the Detroit Red Wings this year.